pick your class and
earn your battle points.
Because it's time for the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. Welcome to episode 166 of the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. I'm your host, Sage Goodwin, joined by my brother and co-host, Sam Goodwin.
Hello there.
We returned after our short break for the 4th of July to talk about the new July update and the community calendar for the month of July.
Let's get started.
Let's get started with the community transmission. July 2019 update. Incoming transmission. We have a small update that is scheduled to be released for Star Wars Battlefront 2 on July 11th. Within this update, we'll be including milestones for both the Droideka and the TX-130. So the milestones for the Droideka is becoming the Droideka. Play as the Droideka for 10 minutes. And then the second one is on a roll. Spend 10 minutes in wheel form at high speed as the Droideka. And then the TX-30 milestones, trying the TX-130. Description. Play as the TX-130 for 10 minutes. Got that down. The second one is named Charged and Ready. Deal 10,000 damage to enemy vehicles using the TX-130. Additionally, in this update, we will be introducing an option to purchase the 212th Recon Division, 41st Scout Battalion, 501st Phase 1, and Coruscant Guard, Phase 1, with crystals. These bundles will have a 50% reduction over the individual appearance costs, meaning that the 212th are available for 1,000 credits, the 41st for 2,000, and the 501st and the Coruscant Guard will be available for 300 crystals. A number of fixes, tweaks, and improvements will also be implemented in this update. As mentioned back at EA Play, there will be no content update this month. It will be business as usual in August, when we'll be back with not only the next content update, but all the details on what is in store for Star Wars Battlefront 2 throughout the rest of 2019. We hope you all have an incredible summer. So, a lot of the developers are taking a much-needed vacation after the huge releases that they've been doing over the whole summer, and a lot of them are taking their vacations finally for the month of July, and that is why there will be no update. Ben Walk's on vacation right now, and I believe Christian Johansson is, as well as a couple others. It's good to see them taking a break from Battlefront. Hopefully this means when they come back, they'll be refreshed and ready to get on the new update. Release notes. Add a new community quest to take place over July. The new quest will unlock animated victory poses and new voice lines for Obi-Wan, Yoda, Darth Maul, and General Grievous. Added new Phase 1 trooper bundles for all legions. Fixed an issue where a round on Starfighter Assault and Hero Showdown could begin and end without the player number criteria having been successfully met. For Heroes vs. Villains, they fixed the visual issue where impact visual effects would incorrectly trigger when playing as Darth Vader and attacking while holding the block button. Fixed an issue where Vader's lightsaber would stop being visible when switching the lightsaber off before throwing it against an opponent. Visual tech animation improvements to the chestplate of the General Kenobi appearance. Fixed an issue where sprinting or dashing while Count Dooku's duelist ability was active would reset the ability's animation speed. Community request. Change Finn's covert leader star card to take effect whenever Finn defeats an enemy. And community request, Obi-Wan Kenobi is now immune to enemy force abilities while performing all-out push.
Reinforcements in vehicle, a singular vehicle. Just one. Fix the visual issue where the Droideka's energy shield would not be visible when in the squad spawn screen after joining a game already in progress. Added milestones for the Droideka and TX-130. Fixed an issue where the AT-ST could occasionally defeat heroes in one shot. Miscellaneous. Fixed an issue where the weapon would occasionally disappear after combat rolling and shooting at the same time when in first-person view. Known issues because of an issue that came up late in the process. The Charge and Ready milestone is not accurately tracking dealt damage. The issue will be resolved in the next update. Kylo Ren's pull ability can still interrupt Obi-Wan's all-out push. This will be changed in the next update.
So I like these little mini updates before actual big ones. I think it's a good thing for the community. It's definitely a good thing for the game when they're fixing bugs and they don't have to actually release any content.
A nice little goodbye before they go to vacation. Fixed a few issues, nothing noticeable that I've really seen, but bugs are always there.
Now let's get on to the community calendar for the month of July. This one's a little bit different than what we're used to. This one is all about voice lines and victory poses. From July 11th through the 20th, we've got a Darth Maul community quest. Feel your rage. Eliminate enemies with Darth Vader. Reward upon completion is the Darth Maul victory pose Vigilant. Community quest. Old rivalry. Choke enemies with chokehold ability as Darth Vader. Reward upon completion, Darth Maul voice line. Kenobi!
Kenobi. Kenobi!
It's Darth Maul screaming Kenobi's name. Then the next one, they all overlap to kind of make it a smooth transition. Obi-Wan from July 18th through the 27th. For the Republic, eliminate enemies with Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then Old Enemy. Use Obi-Wan's all-out push against enemies. The first one, you will get the Obi-Wan Kenobi victory pose, body and mind. And then the second one will be a voice line of Obi-Wan saying, Maul. But probably not as deep. General Grievous is also eliminate enemies, and then the second one, it's called Crush and Destroy, and then the second one is Enough of This. Hit enemies with General Grievous's Claw Rush ability. And then for the first one, you will get the victory pose Grievous Duelist, and then the second one will be a voice line, Hello There. And then finally, Yoda, or Yado, good old Yado. Community quest, Together We Fight. Use Yoda's presence ability on allies. Reward is the voice line, Trust You Not. And then the second one is Achieve Serenity, and that's from August 1st through the 11th. Eliminate enemies with Yoda. And the reward for that is the victory pose, Serenity. And then every week in July, it's a double XP Wednesday. So double XP will be active across all modes every Wednesday this month. What are your thoughts on this update, Sam? This whole community transmission and then the community calendar.
Like you said, they're going on vacation, but I mean, it's better than what we got is better than no content. So obviously, it's a little more minimalistic than what we're used to, but at least it's something before they go. And not the best array of emotes because there's no Chancellor Palpatine. They just need to add more Palpatine emotes, like.
Yes.
They pick a few and then just milk those ones.
Let's get in. Let's dive a little bit deeper on that whole subject. What are your thoughts on how they've been switching up the community calendar? I mean, the first time it was kind of, okay, these are the kind of things that we're going to be having. This week is going to be Heroes Unleashed. This week is going to be like this. This one's switching it up, and it's going to be themed quests instead of actual events. What are your thoughts on that?
It's what they should be doing, like, at least every month, having these quests, like, renew each week. I think it's a good idea. It definitely brings more playability to the game, and I like having rewards, like, for example, some of the skins that they released for Han, for example, like the Hoth, that made you want to play the game, you know? Whatever brings people to the game to get certain rewards that aren't going to be available for after this month here.
Yeah, definitely. Or with Princess Leia with the New Hope skin. That was awesome to see. And it brought all the community together to complete these quests. And it also focuses the community's want to play this game and gives them something to aim for. I mean, it's super fun to be like, okay, I'm going to try my best to get Maul and complete these quests so I can get these voice lines. I mean, that's really fun.
I'm also a big fan of the collective quests they have. You know, they have the community play a certain amount of Heroes versus Villains.
Yes.
I would like to see that return. Maybe once a month have something like that.
Maybe it's... What would be cool is, like, earn a specific amount of score as a certain hero, and then you get a skin. Either Darth Maul or maybe Palpatine. That would be nice.
Yeah, just like play Palpatine so-and-so amount of time. And it,
for the whole community, I mean, like, earn this amount of battle points
with Palpatine in like a weekend or a week. Yeah, that'd be cool. And it's cool. It brings the community together. And I just like these community quests a lot. And also liking the return of the double XP weekend, or weekday rather. Here, in this case.
I like it better during the week, just because I think weekends are kind of transitioning out, and most people have things to do on the weekends. And I know for me, and during the weekday, I kind of like want to sit down and play video games.
At least in the summertime, that makes sense having weekdays. Because if it was like school time, I could see them doing the weekend, and that could be working better in that format. But yeah, I was such a big fan because in the original Battlefront 2015, they were doing like double XP weekend, seemed like a few times a month, and it was a lot of fun. And I look forward to those, and just like, you know, ranking up so really quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because like double XP weekends or weekdays, I keep saying weekends, but they're so good to level up like assault classes or any of the hero or the character classes.
Yeah, like if you have a character that you play a ton and you're playing during that day, it's so rewarding.
The last one I played, Capital Supremacy, and I kid you not, I ranked up Officer 15 times.
Oh my gosh.
Specialist 13 to 15 times. Heavy like 12 times. So I like got them all well over 40.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. So going forward, what do you want to see out of the community calendars and then the offerings for those events? Maybe, I know I personally would love to see a mix of these quests and these events. Like maybe there's a quest on 1 week, or maybe it's a month-long quest, like super high up. And during that, you have Heroes Unleashed. Maybe it's a play as certain heroes for a certain amount of time, and you unlock something for that hero. But during that time, there's also the Heroes Unleashed. So there's a no cap on the amount of heroes that you can have, and they're all like half off or something like that.
That'd be cool. I obviously want to see like more bigger updates in the community calendars, but that's obviously already going to happen, and that's an obvious one. But I do like to see some more minute stuff thrown in there, like some of these quests here, not just one big update. I would like to see a wide variety of different events happening throughout, maybe once a week at least, on top of that, because making these quests, I don't see it being too much of a hassle for them.
What would you say about them going to like 1 month we have a huge content drop? Maybe next month we're getting Felucia, we're getting heroes, we're getting skins, we're getting all of this, and then in September it's a hands-off approach, and they go all out into fixing bugs, and and then they have these quests and these kind of things. What would you say about a release schedule like that?
I personally would be fine with it, especially if it's like alternating months, like even because they're obviously not going to make really big updates every month. So maybe just in the kind of off season when they're kind of working on some stuff or thinking of new ideas, even having this kind of month here, having some quests, fixing some issues in the game. Maybe even because obviously victory poses and the emotes are kind of the theme for this month, but maybe next month make it like skins or more like even trooper skins. That'd be cool.
There's such a wide variety of heroes that do not have a whole lot of skins. It's very strange. Like we've got Darth Maul, who's been in the game since launch and has no different skins. We've got Palpatine, same thing there. And then we've got Leia, who's got how many skins? We've got, I think it's Hoth Leia, Endor Leia,
and it's strange how they do it.
Was it Bouche?
Yeah, the Bouche.
La Bouche.
But like the new heroes are getting relatively a good amount of skins, like at least 2 each when they come out. But then you have some of the random heroes like Leia getting a lot of skins. So it's weird how they pick
even
and choose.
Han.
Yeah, Han's got a surprising amount. Then you have other skins like Boba Fett would, there's what's his face? What's
Sarlacc?
Like Sarlacc chewed up Boba Fett would be an amazing skin.
That would be awesome.
Like there's
or
so
even
many
with like
options.
Darth Vader too.
And some of these like Boba Fett's a good example, kind of really straightforward. Phasma, like just their kind of armor on. Doesn't seem like they would have a bunch of opportunities for skins, but even Phasma has that kind of Last Jedi torn skin at the end of the movie. There's a lot of skins. They have no excuse to. This is kind of unacceptable how they don't have many skins, because Star Wars is like costume central.
Yeah, there are so many different costumes. I mean, we went to the Denver Art Museum and looked at it was a costumes of Star Wars exhibit. Palpatine alone, Chancellor Palpatine, had like 12.
Yeah, even just like normal Chancellor Palpatine would satiate my needs. But we're in kind of a prequel era of Star Wars right now, at least in the Battlefront side. And that's literally the most skins of any era of Star Wars. Name any of those characters and I could probably think of a skin right off the bat.
Someone's already got a mod where you can play as young Obi-Wan, like Padawan Obi-Wan. And it looks fantastic.
Yeah, that's a good example. Even adding older versions of themselves would be a nice option to have. And it's kind of like you've been playing a new character, because it's so drastic of a change. But yeah, I would definitely like to see more skins. That just needs to be a thing. And even like currently with the skins we have, they need to do like some maybe 20% off day or something. Make them a little cheaper.
Yeah.
For credits, because 80,000 for a skin is kind of ridiculous.
I agree. I mean, even if you go crystals, that's $20.
It is like maybe do a weekend of where certain skins are 20% off, 25% off.
Because, correct me if I'm wrong, Fortnite does that, right? Do they have skin sales?
I want to say certain items would have that, but still, it's a good draw. It would even make people want to buy crystals to buy these skins. Like,
Yeah.
it's not hurting them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they're making less money just sitting there. Like, this would definitely, I would start spending my credits for that.
Yeah.
It would just bring people into the game, get a lot more skins, because right now, on the heroes versus villains side, there's a bunch of, just normal Landos out there, normal Hans, and that'd be cool to kind of get that squared away.
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely behind something where we have like a sale.
Even with the trooper customizations, that'd be cool, because there's so many and it's really expensive to get them all.
Or even like what they're doing right now with this update, they've got a bundle for the trooper skins. That would be something cool for Han, especially Han's got so many skins.
Yeah,
that
have
would
a
be
Han,
perfect.
that would be awesome.
A Han bundle.
I'm not sure what the pricing should be, because he has a considerable amount of skins. So does Lando, but having
maybe
a bundle that's you're saving money, but still it'll get it all one and done.
Or like he's got 2 solo Star Wars story skins.
Yeah, make it like a solo Star Wars pack.
Mm-hmm.
Even just buying them with real money, that'd be better than what they're doing marketing wise. And have credit options, that'd be really cool to have.
I'm totally backing this up.
The customization side of Battlefront 2 just needs a little more push. Like they were definitely advertising it when the game came out. Like that was one of the key points that they were pushing. And now it's kind of the UI is really complicated to learn for a newcomer. But definitely just maybe even featuring skins a day in that little UI would be awesome, kind of like Fortnite, and swapping them out, changing them, doing sales. That would be really cool.
Or make like a storefront kind of thing. Because right now you have to go to the collection menu, you have to click the person that you want to, you have to go into the sub menu, and then you have to go down to the skins, and then you have to purchase the skins. So it's definitely a tiered process to even get to the point where you can actually see the skins. But if we had a storefront, we'd be able to see and apply something to those. Like, I think that would be much better than what we've got right now.
And they do it to an extent where when the Count Dooku's pajamas came out, they kind of featured it on the front UI, but that's still not really.
That was just showing it off.
Just showing it off.
Battlefront 2015 did a great job of this. They had their own little storefront with that, and customization was a huge part of that game. It was all about getting to the certain level and getting that skin or buying all of the skins there.
And that's what I'm kind of missing too, is like rank specific skins. So if you reach a certain rank, you get rewarded a skin.
Yeah.
Even with the heroes and villains, if you reach some threshold, that'd be awesome. Like, reaching a, so-and-so rank with Palpatine would get you the Chancellor skin. Mm-hmm. And you're putting more time in the game, which means, you're enjoying it. It's definitely, I would spend hours doing that.
Or maybe it's not based on a certain level cap. It could be just when we release this, go up 3 levels or something like that to unlock the next skin. That would be good, especially for players who are already high level, to be able to participate and not just have it given to them. Or as a newcomer, to have it so high that it would take forever to get to.
Yeah, they're just definitely lacking on the customization side of Battlefront, and it's quite a shame, because there's a lot of things to be done in that field.
Star Wars is such a broad universe, and it has so many different
people
costumes.
People wouldn't get upset because it's cool content that would be coming out.
I mean, Fortnite is a great example of this. Apex is a great example of this. Customization in the form of skins is a loved mechanic. It's something that people really enjoy. It's something that people would spend actual money for.
Yeah, because they're missing out on this option here. And like we were saying, there's so many different varieties of skins to choose from. They could even warrant doing that. The
hang up that I see them, and I understand, is they are working with Lucasfilm, but they need more skins. They hands down need more skins. The hang up is whenever they make a skin, they have to get it approved by Lucasfilm, and they're a little bit slower than that, and they have to make sure everything's canon or proper and all of that kind of stuff. They are extremely strict with, especially towards video games.
And this goes the same with the emotes. I'm not the biggest fan of victory poses. Like, it doesn't really add anything to me, rather. But same with the emotes, like the skins. There's so many different lines in the prequel series that they could be adding. And they're not even adding the good ones. It's kind of disappointing. Like, where's the sand emote?
I think they're working towards that with the voice lines thing, but
Yeah,
still.
I'd rather have control over the emotes rather than just walking by and him saying some snarky comment about being on a sand planet.
I mean, Palpatine, the Senate, does not have I am the Senate.
But they definitely have to add Chancellor Palpatine before they do that.
The amount of emotes for Palpatine is just dismal. It is not a huge,
For a
wide
lot
selection.
of the heroes and villains, though.
Mm-hmm.
Obi-Wan, I think, is the only exception.
Obi-Wan's got a great selection.
He's got a decent amount. Even Grievous has a pretty stellar amount.
General Kenobi.
But there's definitely a lot lacking skin-wise and emote-wise, and I'm a big fan of both, and I wouldn't complain if they actually added the stuff we want. Like, these voice lines are all right, but doesn't really make me want to come to the game and complete those challenges. Same with the victory poses.
I mean, I'm still going to participate.
Yeah, might as
because
well.
I think it's cool that we have such a interesting quest kind of thing for the game. I think that's great, and I think we should do. By participating, we're showing that, hey, this is fun. We want more of this. And I hope that going forward, we get more examples of this in the game. Because, like you said, skins, emotes, that kind of thing are great opportunities just to show off the amazing world of Star Wars.
Because really what they're looking for is to make money and keep fans entertained. And these certain fields can do both.
Yes.
And they're just missing out on these opportunities here.
Definitely.
Because as long as I'm getting good content that I'm enjoying, I'm fine with paying some money.
Yeah. I mean, as long EA has a problem with both Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Apex Legends with their pricing for their skins are very bad. They're just way too high, in my opinion, and I think a lot of other people can agree with me. But adjusting that would be great, and also bringing more. I think right now the thing is they have so less that if they do it cheaper, then everyone's going to have them, and it's not going to be a super exclusive thing. But bring more and lower the price, and that would be golden. I mean, I would be willing to drop $5 for a skin if it's something that I really enjoyed. Like, I would do that for the Senate.
Totally.
So yeah, definitely. I definitely want to see more of a push towards that, and I'm also down with the kind of alternate schedule that maybe 1 month we get content and the next month we get bug fixes. I think that would be great.
Yeah, but this is I'm liking how they're changing a bit with the emotes at the start, but I hope they definitely continue with skins or really emotes in the future. That'd be nice to see.
Definitely. I think that's about it for this episode of the Star Wars Battlefront podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I've been your host, Sage Goodwin.
And I am Sam Goodwin.
You can follow us on Twitter at SWB Podcast, twitter.com/SWB Podcast. You can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/Battlefront Podcast. Shout out to our $10 a month patron, Joseph Loera. Another way you can support us, like friend of the podcast, Daniel Schilling, is through PayPal, paypal.me/TieDyeSheep. TYEDYESHEEP. Helps us out a ton, helps us support the show, and with hosting, with the Adobe Creative Cloud, which I use to edit the podcast, helps us out a ton. Anything you feel like we've deserved, definitely send it our way. A great free way that we appreciate very much is you leaving a review on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get this podcast. We would greatly appreciate you leaving us a review. It helps us get higher in the search. It helps us get your feedback and lets us know what you think.
Our YouTube channel is youtube.com/The Star Wars Battlefront Podcast. And our email is battlefrontpodcast@gmail.com.
And on our YouTube channel, we upload the podcast as well. And it would be appreciated if you give us a subscribe on there too. Also, let us know on email or on Twitter what you'd like us to cover on the show, what your thoughts on subjects and that kind of thing. Like the episode before where we had a friend of the podcast, Dusty Ricketts, on the show through a voicemail, a message that he sent through email. We greatly appreciate that. It was really awesome. If you have thoughts, we'd love to hear them. You can listen to the show on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, you can find us. As always,
thanks for listening.
And may the Force be with you.